What's up, guys? Daglo here. Got a deck video for you guys today. This is my PSY-Frame build. So PSY-Frame's been out for a while. You guys pretty much know what goes into it and what they do. For those that just happen not to, it's an anti-meta deck that basically is reactive and passive-aggressive in the sense that it basically does everything on your opponent's turn. So it just negates a whole bunch of shit. And yeah, it's really trolly. It's fun to play. It can be a little bit difficult to play, and things can go either pretty good or really bad for you. So we'll get into the build right now. So to start things off, it's 3 driver, so pretty standard in any PSY-Frame deck. I mean, there's some PSY-Frame decks that play 2 and can run off of 2. I play 3. Mainly because I find that 3 is all 3 of them gets used, and I haven't had the point where they, like the PSY-Frame drivers in my hand, have become cloggy or hindering to the rest of the deck. But you have to play 3, essentially. Or you have to play driver. Like, you can't not play the deck with driver. 3 beta. Beta is the attack negator, so basically your opponent declares an attack and you special summon beta and driver, and then you negate the attack and destroy the monster. Then I play 3 gamma. Gamma is the negator of monster effects, I'm pretty sure. So he's the effect veiler. So basically, again, if your opponent activates a monster effect, you special summon Gamma and Driver from your hand, deck, or graveyard, so it's pretty good. And whenever you use these effects, they're all banished, just for future reference. So 3 Gamma, play 3 Delta. Delta negates the spells, so same concept, just negates the spells. And I play 3 Alpha. I've seen other decks play 2 Alpha. I play 3 mainly because it is the Stratos of the deck, so you can search out any PSY-Frame card. It doesn't negate anything, it's just basically when your opponent summons a monster, you play Alpha and Driver, and then you search out a PSY-Frame card. So most of the time you're searching out Circuit if you don't have it, or you can do Overload, or you can search out another PSY-Frame monster card, or really any card that you want. But for the most part, your main targets would be Circuit and Overload. So that's the PSY-Frame engine. Those are all the PSY-Frame monsters. Moving on to kind of support cards. You play 3 Card D. Card D is a good card in the deck. You'll generally see a lot of the decks use 3 Card D, sometimes even 2. I've seen that. Card D works really well, mainly because it's a slower deck. You need draw power, and it doesn't really hurt the deck whatsoever. It is one of those cards that you probably will end up siding out if you do side in monster cards, and I'll show you some of the side deck cards that I would side in and side Card D out for. But it's a good deck. You just have to make sure that you do all of your shit before you actually use Card D's effect. I've misplayed that sometimes. Play 2 Maxi. I was debating between Maxi and Veiler, but again, the deck needs more draw power, and you have the PSY-Frame card, monster card, that basically is the effect Veiler anyways. So Maxi just kind of helps out with draw power. And 2 Wind-Up Rabbit. Some people will throw other monsters in. I just find that one of the bigger problems with PSY-Frames is maintaining field presence. So at least with Rabbit, if you get it out there, you can kind of just poke at back row and get them to you can kind of bait them out essentially with Rabbit, and then you can banish it if they don't end up activating things. So it's just really an annoying card and tech card, but a lot of the decks nowadays use it as far as PSY-Frame builds go. Moving on to spells, I play 3 PSY-Frame Circuit. Just the dumbest card in the deck. The fact that you can synchro on your opponent's turn is just downright stupid. It's just such a good. It's just such a good card. So you play 3 of those. I haven't really seen any deck that's played any less. But anyway, so I play the one terraforming as well. I did play the terraforming mainly because I sided chicken game in, and if I wanted a different field spell, I would kind of side something out for it. But terraforming I still feel is good in the deck, just because it allows you to get circuit a lot quicker. 3 psychic field zones, that's pretty standard, along with 2 psychic path. Just allows you to kind of recycle your banished shit. So, and that'll be one of the bigger things that you have to do, especially to get back your drivers. 2 Pot of Duality. Pot of Duality is kind of a slower card in the game now, but it does benefit the deck being able to kind of select 1 out of 3 cards. So it isn't that slow with the deck, especially because you're never really special summoning on your turn anyways, actually at all. If you are, you're playing the deck wrong, quite frankly, but it still works out. And then play 1 Raigeki and 2 Dark Hole just to kind of get around shit, and it doesn't necessarily, I guess it does kind of hurt your monsters, your own shit, depending on what you have, but it's mainly just to get around floodgates and stuff like that, because it's most decks now, they just kind of swarm and shit. Moving on to traps, I play 3 Overload. Overload is just really dumb, and then you kind of have a loop. There is the loop with Omega and everything, which is fantastic, which just furthermore increases why it's dumb. And then I play 1 Torrential just for, again, just board clearing and getting rid of a whole bunch of problems. So just some outs, because that's really, you have to have those kind of cards in here just to deal with the fact that you don't have a lot of field presence unless you're synchroing. Moving on to side deck. So I play a different engine because I love these guys in just really every deck, but I play the Yosenju engine. So I play 2,1, 1,2, 1,3, and I play Tenki. So I kind of side those out, and the cards I would usually side out those with are 2 card Ds and and my 2 rabbits, as far as the monster count go. And as far as the spell card, I would most likely side out, depending on how the match is, but usually it'd be like maybe Terraforming or something like that. It really depends on how the match goes. And then I play a Twin Twister just to kind of get rid of back row and everything. Actually, I play 2 Twin Twister just to kind of get rid of back row. Anti-Spell Fragrance kind of fucked with me a little bit. I also play Vanities, just because Vanities is good in pretty much everything. I play 2 Imperial Iron Wall. I play a Solemn Strike. This was actually the spot where I played Chicken Game in, but I had to take a Chicken Game for obvious reasons. It had to go, let's be real. And Solemn Strike's just kind of a big problem solver. I play 2 Flying Seas and 2 Artifact Lancias. Artifact Lancia seems to be a pretty staple-ish kind of side card for PSY-Frame, so yeah. Moving on to the extra deck, I play 2 Omegas. That's pretty staple-ish. Seen builds that play 3. 2's fine. 2 works perfectly as well. 2 Zeta, I've seen people play. 3, I've seen people play. 2, I've seen a couple decks that actually played 1. 2, I think, is just a good number. Play Yazi. Yazi's great. Clearwing. I play Odd Eyes Meteor Burst. That's for Cosmo. This doesn't allow your opponent to special summon during battle phase. I play Stardust and Stardust Spark. Stardust has always been a good card. I play 2 Black Rose, mainly because I'm a big fan of blowing my opponents, or blowing up the field as much as possible, really, and you can actually go into Black Rose, and it's kind of tempting not to go into Black Rose all the time. And then play some I play Crimson Blader, Scrap Dragon, and Thought Ruler. And then I play one Xyz target, and that's Fortune Tune. Just off the top of my head, I can't exactly remember why I play Fortune Tune, to be honest with you, but it's...
Wind Up Rabbit?
Yeah, I think so. But it's a good card. I've gotten it out a couple times, and it's panned out. So that's the extra deck, that's the side deck, that's the main deck. Side frames are good. You can really kind of experiment with a whole bunch of different builds and engines and stuff like that, but it's a fun deck to play, especially if you're big into trolling and anti-meta like myself. Fresh Cakes likes it a lot, so... so yeah, that's the deck. Hope you guys enjoy it. Try it out. Don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe. See ya.